Welcome to Pimp My Keep, the Red Evony series that takes a deep dive into reviewing players' keeps. I am Akayasha, you can call me Aka. Apologies for putting the series off for so long, guys, but hold on to your hats because PMK is back and it's coming back strong. Now, for anyone that is new to this, or for those that just want a refresher, here is the quick rundown. What we do here on Pimp My Keep is that we take a good look at the player's keep and everything in it. So that's troops, generals, gear, research, safe treasures, the whole lot. And then we take note of the good stuff and also the bad stuff. And then at the end, I give my opinions about all the stuff that we've seen in the keep. And the awesome part about this series is that I have the player there with me. And they can talk me through some of the things that we are seeing in their keep and also some of the decisions that they made that led to the current state of the keep. And in my opinion, that's really good. Now, hopefully, while you're going through this video, you might get some ideas of things to improve in your keep as well. And if that happens, then that's great. Okay, without further ado, let's go ahead and meet the player. So, we have Starbuck here. Hi Star, how you doing?
Hey, I'm great.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So yeah, we have you here today on this episode of Pimp My Keep. So yeah, can you tell us a bit about you?
Sure. I've been playing for coming up on 3 years,
Okay.
and I have been a very moderate coiner, so I didn't grow huge quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm currently K37. I'm still ghostable. I was told early in the game that I either was going to be a PvP player or I was going to be a monster hunter, and I needed to decide. So I decided that I wanted to be a PvP player. And so I've stayed relatively small as far as how many troops I have built. I've honestly only ever built as many troops as my marches, the number of marches I had, march size could handle. So I'm still ghostable.
And
And
just to confirm, you can
I,
ghost like you can ghost all your troops, like everything.
yes,
Okay, awesome,
yes,
awesome.
yes. For the longest time, it was very difficult on my server to get wings, and I was able to do that a couple of months ago.
That's
And
nice.
since then, that was the goal, to stay ghostable until I could get wings so I could go to the enemy server, be ghostable, and do things. Um, but now that I have the wings, I am in the position that I think a lot of people find themselves in. And that is whether or not to go ahead and build my defense wall
Mhm.
and get more powerful, or to I've been advised that if I'm going to get red wings, I should probably stay where I am,
Mhm.
go, be a one woman alliance. And during the time that Constantinople is continent uh, independent, in
Mhm.
other words, where it's just my continent,
Yeah.
then that's the time I should try to get red wings. So that's really the crossroads where I am now.
Mm.
I think I'm built okay. That's what we're going to find out today.
Yep. Yep. We're
what
gonna have a
what I
look at
can
that.
improve.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm very interested because of course, I think I'm doing very well, but
Mm.
we will soon find out.
Yeah. 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 Okay. Quickly before we go on, just wanted to ask, what do you think is the biggest problem that you have with your keep right now?
Um, Honestly, probably figuring out how to get my buffs to
Okay.
increase my buffs.
Okay.
Um, uh, I haven't really worried too much about defense because I've been ghostable. So
Mm.
but now I'm to the point where I'm not sure. Currently on my defense wall, I have these guys.
Mhm.
I've been working on Boudica to get her ready.
Mhm.
So, you know, I would say buffs. I mean, it seems like everything in the game is geared toward buffs. And
Yeah.
so improving my buffs, it's confusing like where the areas to work on first. That's why I'm excited that you're here today
Mhm. Okay.
to
All
help
right.
me
Thank
out.
you. That's cool. So we're gonna take a look at pretty much all the stuff in your keep. Let's hop right into it. So
Okay.
let's take a look at your troops.
Okay. So,
Wow.
what the reason that
That's
I've chosen the troops that I've chosen is
mhm,
because, according to the percentages that get posted, um, for my march size, I kind of top out my troops there.
mhm.
And right now I have, uh,
All right, that's good. All right.
so
So let's
so
see
just
what we have. Okay, just take it easy. Right. Okay. Okay. Can you scroll up a bit? Let me see the T14s again.
oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so
fine.
yeah.
Okay. Mm. All right. I was looking. You have a lot more ground than you have archers and calves, and even siege for T14. So I noticed the difference when I was looking at the 13s, and I was like, okay. Mm,
I think that's because with the March size for ground, it's 40% at the top,
mhm.
where with archers, it is, I think, 40% on maybe the 12s.
The
Let's see,
12.
where are my archers?
Okay.
So I have, whoops. So I have the higher number. You know, th- I've really tried to build my troops according to what the March recommendations are
All right.
per troop type.
All right.
Um, And so that's why you see more ground there. I kind of messed up building these T14 Siege because they're not really indicated for the March.
Mhm.
So that was a mistake. That was a mistake I made on those Siege.
It's
But
okay.
everything else, I think, pretty much goes once you get past the 12s.
Mhm.
The rest of the way down, it's like 14,000,
Okay.
all the way down.
Okay.
So, like, once we get down here, so that those are my 11s, and then obviously I've still got some wounded somewhere, because all of these usually are, say, 14,000, and I did that because it was 10,000 in all my lower tiers, I thought, and then that gave me an extra 1,000 to be in the march for the other 3 troop types, and then 1,000 just if some get wounded.
Okay.
So that my march, how when you have some wounded, your march gets all screwed up when you
Mhm.
select it, and it
Mhm. Mhm.
randomly selects weird stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why I had 14,000 of everything going down.
Good.
And so I'm not sure oh, I think at one point I read somewhere that you needed these, um,
Okay.
every now and then I'll create a few, but down here there's not much. What I do have is these guys to fill my hospital.
All right.
And so before SBS, those guys fill my hospital.
Okay.
But other than that, everything I made that I before I knew that it was supposed to be T1 Cav, I started on ground because I thought, well, if people are attacking with archers, then you would want your T1 wall to be ground. And I still don't understand why that's not the case, but I'll do what everybody else is doing.
It's okay. It's okay. All right. So yeah, your troops look okay. Can definitely tell that you're fully ghostable. The troop count is one of the lowest I've seen for a very long time. So, so yeah, it's like
I
I
know,
I
I
look
kind of feel like a dinosaur.
I saw it and I was like, huh? I was like, wait, am I seeing that like
Well,
12 million? Am I seeing that correctly? I was like, okay, so
what,
yeah,
wait
that's
a
good.
second. Where,
All right, so I think for the troops, we're okay with that. Let's take a look at your generals now.
okay. So, right now I have Mina, and
Okay.
I know I have been working on this guy. I've been kind of working on him,
Okay.
not much, as you can see, but I've been working on collecting copies of him, which I
Mm-hmm.
have. Um, I heard that a 3-star Marcus was better than my fully ascended Mina. Do
Mm-hmm.
you think that's true?
Yeah. Okay.
On Mina, I have some Civ gear. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
think I have these 4 pieces.
All right, that's fine. Let's I noticed that the chest the chest gear is still dragon gear.
So, well, it's because, uh, I was thinking I don't want to elevate that too much, knowing it's going to get replaced. But then I realized that this left side Civ gear is impossible to get because it's supremacy. So I
Mm-hmm.
should probably go ahead and do that. I
Mm.
will do that. So
Okay.
that's one area. I'm going to take notes. So
All
I
right.
need to elevate my chest gear for my range.
Yeah. Yep. Let me see the bow again. Okay. All right. That's fine. Would have, you know, the refines. I'm looking at them, and could be better. Could
Be
be better,
better.
but
Yeah. And I will tell you, that is one area that I know I'm lacking is in refines, because it's just so very frustrating to
Mhm.
do and so expensive to do. And but yes, so I hear you there. I need to
Mhm.
refine probably all my gear
I looked at the other ones.
better.
These ones, okay. This is okay. Go to the other
Except I
one.
do have that one flat because
Mhm.
it was gold and it's hard to
That's yeah.
let it
It's
go.
okay. All right.
Um,
This one too.
on that one too.
This is
So they
pretty much
all.
okay. Yeah. Let's see the ring.
Um,
Yeah, this is. I mean, okay, two
it could be
refines there
better.
that could be
Yeah.
better, but this, it's still all right. Yeah, refines are generally speaking okay. I think, yeah, that range troop load is pretty much like, one thing that
I
stands out.
know.
But yeah,
Right.
it's fine.
Um,
A quick thing I noticed the advanced refining. I saw
yes.
on the boots that you haven't really done much on that. Uh,
No, and so I again, this is an area that maybe you can help me understand.
hmm.
Um, so
Okay,
okay, go
so
ahead.
for advanced refining, you need all gold refines on the gear.
Okay.
So once you
Oh,
get
it's so
all gold, yeah.
expensive.
So once yes, it is. So once you get all gold refines, then you unlock the advanced refining, and you can do that.
Uh,
Okay, so
okay.
let's exit this. I wonder if it's the same situation for all the other gears that you have.
Um,
Refine. Yeah, yes, pretty much.
yeah.
Yes, pretty much. So
Okay.
you need
So
all
I definitely need to work on my refines.
Yeah, you need all good refines on there for you to get that. Now, I'm looking at the amount of refined stones that you have, and you have quite a lot. So,
Yes.
yeah, so it's something that, I mean, it'll cost a bit, gems, refined stones, stuff like that. But for the extra buffs that you get, I won't go as far as to
It's
say
worth
that
it.
it's worth it, but it's just one of those things that you need to do. You just need to close your eye and do
Okay.
it. Yeah. Okay, let's have a quick look at the dragon.
Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble, I bet. So,
Okay, so Celtic, let's see Celtic.
um,
Okay, all right.
so, I know his refines probably need work as well.
No, these are okay. These are good.
Do I need to
Those are
put
good.
my
Those are fine. Those are fine. Okay, all in all, this dragon looks okay.
okay.
This dragon looks fine. All right. Okay, so that's it for your Mina. All right, let's take a look at some of your other generals. All right, let's look at your mounted general.
So for PvP, I am using Polygenus.
Okay.
Um, and I have recently begun using him over Martinez, just
Okay.
because I got quite a few copies of him. And so I
Uh-huh.
decided he was going to be my guy.
Uh-huh.
And I have not given him the equipment yet.
Okay.
I this is one of those areas, and a question I honestly had for you. So I have two chests for Civ gear right now, and my question was, you don't use Cav in PvP as much as other marches, your ground or your even siege. So my question was, do I go ahead and put some Civ gear on him, or would they be better used to give Gunther or Elise another piece? So that was my question.
All right, let's see your Martinez real quick. Let me see what gear you have on him.
So Martinez,
Okay,
he's just got,
all Imperial gear. Okay, all right, that's
yeah.
fine.
Um,
All right, okay, so to answer your question, yes, you will need safe gear on your mounted general. Okay, I wouldn't underestimate the importance of having a good mounted general. While you might,
okay.
yeah, while you might not do that many mounted rallies and stuff, particularly for solos, mounted is having a good mounted march is important. Why? Because as you said, people use ground a lot. What kills ground?
Right.
Exactly.
And I do still have my dragon on
Mhm.
Martinez.
Yeah.
Um, and I know I probably need to switch that as well.
Yes, you would need
But
to.
again, I'm using
Mhm.
him a lot more for monsters than I am, that I'm doing cav attacks in Battlefield or anything else. So, but then I also heard that this particular dragon should be used for siege. And so that's a question I have too. Like, how am I using this dragon? And, as far as this particular dragon goes, I have not done any of the siege talent. I've done it,
Okay.
all dismounted. Um,
All right. Yeah. So simply put, this Fafnir can either be used for mounted or for siege. So if you don't, if you have a good option to use for mounted, then you can move Fafnir to siege, depending on how big siege is, for you. So if
so I could switch those two.
yes, so you switch, put Fafnir on your siege general, then Jazar, instead of putting it on Martinus, you put it on Polygenus. So you want the dragon to
Okay.
be on your PvP mounted general.
Okay.
Then on your Martinus, go to the Spirit Beast. Okay, the Spirit Beast, the Bird of Hurricane. That's the one that you want on your
Okay.
boss general. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, right now he's on Maria just for monster hunting, but
Yeah.
so he would go on Martinus.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So that's how you do it. Okay, that's fine. Okay,
Okay.
so let's go back to Martinus. Let's have a look at the gear that you have on him.
Okay.
Notice that a few of the refines, okay, yeah, refines still. This one is all right, but I noticed a few others. Okay, let's go to the
Let's
next
see.
one. Yeah. Okay, so this one, yeah, this one
He's
needs.
got a flat. Yeah, those, yeah, and some work.
Yeah, the
Um,
flat is not so much the problem. It's that the other refines are a bit low. Okay, like this one,
okay.
you've got 8.2, you've got 8.2.
Yeah.
Those are on the very low side. Okay.
Okay. And again, I've really just been using him for monsters, which is why I have March Faith. This one has no
No
refines.
refines, yeah.
Now I'm getting embarrassed. But these are not my PvP guys. So, I mean,
Mhm.
he was kind of being used again with some PvP at some point. But, and again, there's no refines there either.
Yeah. Okay, then the other thing that you would need to do, the fifth specialty. I don't know if you have any spare ones, but
Well, so isn't this the one? So Mina's using my battle tested, and I've
okay.
got so many of those. Um,
You've got them in
but
the
you
inventory,
can
right?
only have one general, right? One general can have battle tested, and that's it.
All your generals can have battle tested
So why does it say you're using Mina?
because that particular one is on Mina. Okay,
Um,
let's go to your inventory. Let's go to your inventory real quick.
okay,
Okay.
okay.
Go to
Is
the
it gonna be in
go to is
all?
no go to the third one, the one for materials. All right.
Okay.
So that's the battle tester that you have there, 590. So you've got a lot. Compose.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Compose.
see, I'm learning something.
Yeah.
Compose.
Take it all the way down to
Compose
one.
15.
All the way down to one. All right. Compose.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
There you have it.
okay.
All right. Now you can go back to
Oh,
weapons.
I did
Yep.
not know how to do this.
Yep.
Holy
Yep.
cow. I thought only one general could have it.
No, no, no. So you go back to Martinez.
Wow.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right, go to the specialties. Go to that fifth one. There you go.
Oh, look at that.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I had no idea.
Yep.
This is good.
Mhm.
This is good. I must have missed that video because I watch you and I watch Genghis. I watch both of you guys and I
Okay.
totally missed this.
Okay.
So good to know. Okay,
All
I
right.
will elevate that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can work on that later, and all your other generals, you can do that. You can do the same thing for them as well.
Okay.
So all in all,
This is
this is
good.
fine. This is fine. Let's have a look at your ground general then.
Okay. I have a lease
Okay. All right. That's good.
and she has this.
Mhm.
I did work on her specialties. She's got the one down there that's only 10% though. I
Uh,
mean her
refine. Yeah.
refining.
Okay.
Yeah. She's got the one at 5%. See, I get to a point where it's pretty good and then it's just so exhausting.
Mhm.
And I get mad, so I leave. Um, let's see.
Okay.
Those need some
Okay.
work.
Mhm.
Let's see. And then over here, I just have this equipment because I know I need to elevate all this equipment. Um,
Mhm. That's fine. Okay. Let's see the dragon. Okay. All right. So this one is level 8. And you have a lot of HP there. Hmm.
I think it's just what showed up. And,
Okay.
but,
Right. I
it's
personally would have. I mean, it's HP is not bad. I personally would have
okay.
preferred ground attack. Okay, that would have been my
Okay.
personal preference, but it's not like the HP is bad. So we can put that on hold for now.
Right.
Okay.
Well, this guy, I just got my wings and I just got him.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, I've been working on him, but
Let's.
I have been feeding him, believe it or not.
Yeah.
He's just not there yet.
Yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much okay. On at least these gears, the ones you have on the left, when you can, should be looking to upgrade those. Okay.
Right. I will do that.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see
If I
your
had really thought this through, I would have done it before I had you. Because I know to do this, but it's something that just kind of, I know it's very important, but it has kind of slipped under the rug.
yeah, yeah, it happens. It
So it's
happens.
good to have you here to remind me.
Yeah,
So to
it
elevate her
happens.
gear.
That's cool. That's cool. So let's have a quick look at your siege general. Right. Now, your Steve
Enter.
General, yeah, you've done quite a bit on him. And I'm actually curious, do you guys do a lot of siege rallies?
Yes. Well, in Battlefield, I'm in there and I'm jumping in on these rallies and I'm just getting killed. Like, I'll throw my whole siege march and it just gets murdered, So I thought, well, I need to buff up my siege
Okay.
so that I can do better. I don't know if I'm ever really going to do better as the smallest person joining these rallies.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, you can get there, so no, wouldn't worry too much about that. Okay, so I'm looking at the gear. Okay, we have, pretty much same situation with the refines.
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, if I'm not going to get this piece, and this is where I was like, do I put another piece on this guy? I hated to like put too much effort into this piece of gear if I'm just going to replace it with some Civ gear.
Okay.
So again, I'm being, like holding back unless I know it's going to
Okay.
stay.
All right. Okay, let's go through the other gears. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this has ranged, so
Yeah.
obviously I just bailed.
Yeah.
I must
All
have
around.
bailed.
Yeah. All around. I think the refines still, they still need a bit of work. That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. So let's have a look at your wall general.
So Currently, I'm using William Marshall with
Mhm.
Leonidas as his assistant.
Okay.
And again, I stopped doing anything to him once I started thinking that Boudica was something I needed to do. Um, and so I got Boudica. I put all the gear that you see on him right now was on her as I started really building her I mean, I was just ready to pull the trigger on building the defense wall. So these all have flat refines
Okay.
mounted.
All right. That's
Um, and
yeah, that one's
hang
still
on,
all
there
right.
we go.
This is all right.
And so, again, I stuck it on him because I was like, well, if I go and jump in, you know, in SVS, if I jump over and I'm not going to go. Sometimes I just jump over and attack and come back
Uh,
and take a chance. And so I thought, well, I at least need to throw this gear on him,
mhm,
um, in case that, just to have that. But
mm,
um, and if I'm going to stay where I am now, maybe it's worth elevating him. So I do
mhm,
have more copies of him. I can take him higher.
okay.
Um, and I like him. I like his balanced approach. I
Mhm,
like that he, pretty much has something in there for everybody.
mhm.
And, but if I'm going to do the T1s, then maybe I need to do Boudica. And I took all her gear off and gave it to
Yeah.
him.
Okay. The thing is that since you're fully ghostable right now, the wall general is not really that
Right.
important right now.
That's why, yes, that's why
It's not really that
it's a
important
mess.
right now.
Yes.
So that's fine. That's
Okay.
cool. That's cool for these guys. Okay. Let's take a look at your sub generals.
Okay.
All right. So these are the guys that you have. All right. Let's scroll down. Okay. So you have 10 subs.
But
Uh-huh.
when we merged, I lost a sub slot. And
Okay.
so I have been stuck with these cities. Of course, I can change my main.
Mhm.
I usually change to Japan during SBS or Battlefield.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm stuck with these Japans, which isn't a bad thing, but they're blue. I've got some purples in my alt, and I can't switch them out, or I lose one of my generals, and I lose those buffs. So I've s- I've stuck with the 10 to get the extra general rather than to get whatever minor buffs the actual city brings. I
Yeah.
mean,
I agree with that. So it's okay. Don't worry about
okay.
that too much. Depending on what the ranking is, you could still get that sub back. So it's okay.
So all of these guys have basically exactly what you've recommended. I've pretty much followed you to a T
Mhm.
in your
Let's
videos.
let's
They
see the
all have
ring.
Ecominidae gear.
Let's see
Um,
the ring that you have there. Okay.
okay.
Majestic Party
Oh, and
ring.
I'm glad you had me click on that because, like, as far as refining for these guys, should I just have like sub-city refines or should I have other refines? Because there's no debuff refines.
I usually recommend people do subsidy refines. Um,
Okay.
yeah, doing PvP refines on subsidy generals, it's only a very marginal increase unless your sub is really high level. Let's go through the sub generals. Let's see the gear that you have on
Okay.
all of them. Mhm.
Okay. So starting with Andrew. So with him, I have that gear. The next
Okay.
guy
Okay.
isn't elevated, so this is just the
Mhm.
Achaemenidae still.
Okay.
Um, and I have kind of switched up the rings. So most of them are, I think, this one.
Mhm.
No, most of them are this one, where you get the double buff. But
Okay.
occasionally I'll put this ring on to kind
Okay.
of balance things out a little bit. Or most of the attacks are ranged, so I assumed this ring had some value.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not getting attacked really because I'm ghosted, but still, it'll come into
Mhm.
play at some point.
Yeah. All right. That's fine. Flavius. Hmm. Interesting.
I just got him.
Okay.
I just got him, and I mean, I don't have to use him. I could switch him for somebody else.
I would recommend that.
You don't think I need him
No.
over? Let's see, who could I put? I've got this guy. No, he's on. Let's see, for Flavius. I guess Flavius will come into play if I get big and
Yeah.
people are siege bombing.
I don't know about that.
But at my size, nobody's
I
throwing a
still
siege
don't
bomb
think
on me.
so. Anyway, okay.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay.
All right, that's fine.
Um,
That's fine. Okay, so let's move out. Let's go and take a look at your at your duty generals.
okay.
Yeah.
So this is probably where you're gonna get onto me too, because I know that I probably elevated these guys too soon. As far as sending them, again, it's all in city and I'm ghostable. So I probably shouldn't have used all these bloods on these guys, but I did. So here we are.
Okay. All right. So let's scroll down a bit. Okay. All right. All right. That's fine. That's fine. While we're at it, let's just scroll through the duty list. Let's see what you have in there.
Okay.
Yes. Just scroll
You want to
down.
start with?
Yeah. We
Okay.
can start here. Let's just scroll down. Okay. All right. Okay. That's fine.
Okay.
Let's go to military. Okay. Scroll down. I think this one is okay. All right, this is fine. Let's go to interior. All right, that's fine. You need someone on your military academy as well.
Okay. Right.
Okay, so let's
And that's what I was talking about. I was talking about the military academy. So when I go in there and I'm going to do some research, I will throw like Mina or somebody on as the duty officer.
Okay.
You know, to get the reduced
Research
time on. Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's fine. That's fine. So now that we've looked at your duty generals, okay, just want to take a look at some of the other stuff that you have in your keep, okay?
Okay.
All right. So let's take a quick look at the research that you've done. Okay, so we'll first look at the military academy. All right, we're going to breeze through.
Okay.
Okay.
So I've done it all for my level.
Okay.
I can't do any more
All right.
for any of it. I have to be K38.
All right.
And I can, you know, I'm ready to do that, but if I'm gonna try for Red Wings, then I've been told to stay as small as I can stay so that I am pitted against, you know, opponents that aren't going to be too much stronger. And so, but yeah, all of this is done up to the level that I can do it.
Okay.
I have finished it. And also pretty much everything in the regular academy is done. The only thing I have left and is the training, and at the very bottom under
Oh, that's done. All
under
right.
recovery, I do have these 4 that I need to finish. This, you know, Holy Palace capacity.
That's okay. You can. That's something that you can focus on later. Okay, so let's come out of here. Let's have a quick look at your Senate. Okay. All right.
And I elevated these guys.
All right, quite a fair bit of ascension done here. Okay.
Well, I thought I needed this stuff. I guess, you know, I really was thinking, oh, I need to get to that ground troop attack at the bottom. You know, I need to get to the ones that aren't in city. And so, or even the third one, you know. And so I think that's what I was thinking. I need to elevate these guys to get, but it's only, you know, 4%. It's 4% there. So, you know, I guess I stopped or.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's fine. That's fine. Let's look at the other tabs, the upgrade position and the position promotion. Okay, these ones are, they look
Um,
okay. All right, these are fine. Okay, haven't done any of these. Well, this is still fairly new,
I
so
is that something I should do, I guess?
yeah.
I think I don't really understand what this does.
Um,
So,
don't.
don't
I was going to say
I
don't
thought you
do
were
it,
saying
but
do.
it's no. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay. Okay, I
Yeah.
won't do anymore.
Yeah, if you don't, yeah,
But
if you don't know it,
again,
if you don't know why, just just it's okay. But I think you've done a fair bit on it, so that's fine. This one is
mm,
fairly new, so even though you haven't done it, I think it's still okay. That's fine. Okay. Now we've looked at your Senate. Let's go to check out your Spirit Beast.
okay.
Okay. All right. So just scroll through. I think I was looking. I saw you have quite a few of them. Okay. Okay, so you have pretty
I
much
don't
all
have any
the
of those
pets.
guys.
Those ones you haven't
Yeah,
unlocked yet, but you don't need to unlock them now. You can just leave them there until you need them. That's fine.
yeah.
Okay, all right. He's on
I've
your
done a
Walton. Okay.
little, not much. Yeah,
Mhm.
he's on William Marshall.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Just wanted to
Okay.
have that quick look at them. Now let's
Okay.
just the last thing I want to see. Let's go and check out your safe treasures.
Okay.
All right, so they're all at level 4. Okay, that's fine. So I think that's pretty much everything that I wanted us to go through. Okay. So, start.
Uh-oh.
You ready for the verdict?
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So, all in all, I think you're doing good. Okay? I think the fact that you've been able to stay ghostable for this long, I think is commendable. Okay? Good stuff. And for the most part, you have tailored your keep towards that. Particularly looking at the troops, that kind of stuff, we can see how that's going. And in addition to that, you have not gone too far away from the things that you need to be focusing on. Your keep has been very focused on playing the ghosting game. Now, before I start talking about the not so great parts, okay?
Okay.
Going forward, and I think this is something that, not just you, but anyone that is still ghostable, it's like the crossroads that you're going to meet. Okay. And it is, what do I do? Do I continue being ghostable, or do I build out my keep and, get more troops and take defenses and all that kind of stuff? And the reason why I'm mentioning it now is because whichever path you go for is going to determine a lot of the stuff that you need to be doing in your keep. Okay.
Right.
Yes.
That's exactly why I'm so happy you're here with me now.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff that I would have seen in another keep, and I would have been like, that's not very good. But because it's your keep and you're ghostable, it's okay. you know it's not that big of a priority. It works, so it's all right. So with that being said, okay, going forward, you're probably going to have to decide whether you want to keep playing the ghostable game or you want to build out. And
Well, here is the thing. I definitely at some point know that I'm not going to be able to stay ghostable. Because it's so frustrating to, at my size, I can't ever like really score very high in Battlefield. I can't really, I have to be so careful about because I can't take a hit. I can take, I can get wiped out so fast
uh-huh.
that you know, it would be nice to be able to go sit at a temple and be able to take some hits,
Mhm.
or to sit with my, in Battlefield, everybody clusters together around a building and I sit off a little bit
Mhm.
and have to speed my, guy in to join the rallies and stuff because I have to make sure that I don't get hit immediately and in order to ghost. So there are all these little things,
Yeah.
I'm not scoring very high on World Boss and I'm not, and so I'm like, okay, I'm ready to have a little more power. And so at some point I know I'm going to have to do that. And I know that I'm going to have to look at all those defense buffs and all those different areas and I'm going to have to improve all that. But the crossroads for me in this very moment is whether I'm going to try and get my Red Wings by being a one woman show, like going off and being my own little alliance.
Okay.
And so I've heard that that's something I should try to do before I build up my defense.
Yeah.
You know, uh,
If you can do it, that's good. It's not easy. If you can do it, then the earlier you do it, the better.
and then, but after that, I need to do all these things. So you can talk to me as if I'm not going to stay ghostable. I am going to eventually build up my defense wall. So let's just pretend in this moment that that's what's up,
Okay.
because I know eventually that's where I'm going.
Okay. All right. Now, if that's the direction that you want to go, that's fine. Ideally, I would rather save the critique until you get to that point. Because if I give the
Okay.
critique now, there's a lot to critique. Okay.
Oh no. Okay.
There's a lot of
Okay.
stuff to critique. If that was where it was now. But since it's not there, I don't have to say all of those things. All right.
Okay.
So let's talk about what you have right now. Let's talk about improving the game that you have right now. And the
Okay.
first point that I'm going to talk about is your generals. Okay.
Okay.
Because you're ghosted, your generals are really what you need to push you forward. All right.
Right.
And for the most part, they still need work. Like I said, some of the gear need to be upgraded, doing some work, ascension, specialties, all that kind of stuff. Refines is a big deal. Okay.
Okay.
Refines is a big deal. And it's something that, you know, came across in all of your generals. So that's a big point that we need to work on. Have you ever gotten the Palace special pack?
I did. I did get it
Okay.
once.
Okay.
Um, I think it's
It should be
still, is
available
it
right
still here?
now. Yes, there is.
It's gonna go away today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That might be
So
something worth investing in. I wish I could choose when those are applicable, you
yeah,
know?
for some people it's kind of hit and miss. But for me, I really recommend that if you can afford to get it, that you get it. It's one of the better things in
Okay.
the game that is worth spending money on. And if
Okay.
you had that, then you'll be able to sort out a lot of your refining issues. Okay.
Okay.
And they do save up for some time. So even if you get it now, you don't have to use it right now. So anyway, that's something that you can think about, whether you get it now or you get it some other time. That's perfectly cool.
Okay.
But the refines need work. Okay.
Okay.
Um, so that's the big one. All right. Then
Okay.
obviously I'm gonna mention it because it is one of those things and it's related. Your dragons. All right. I
Okay.
know you got a lot, you got like two of them brand new, not too long ago. I understand that, but you need to feed those buggers. Okay?
Okay.
You need to
Okay.
feed those things, you need to stuff them up, get them as high as you can. You want them to be, over level 10. All right? You want them to be over level 10.
Okay.
Once they're 10 and above, then you're fairly okay. So that's what you need to do. You need to push that. Okay.
Okay.
Second
Okay.
thing, all right? Okay, so this is like an example of something that I would have critiqued normally, but Your Boudica, for example, okay?
Okay.
Your Boudica has the dragon.
Right.
She shouldn't have the dragon.
Well, right. Well, I did have her on my wall.
Yeah.
And then I took her off, stripped her, and I gave it to Marshall for SVS.
Mhm,
But because of the waiting time on the dragon,
mhm.
I wasn't going to have time to put that dragon on. I mean, I guess I would have the next day. I could have put him
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
the dragon. I should do that.
Mhm.
I will do that now. I'll
Yeah.
change the dragon to
Yeah.
Marshall.
Please do.
Okay.
Please do. So, you know, but as I said, because you don't take defenses that much, it's not a big priority. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Okay. So that's fine.
Yes.
All right. Mounted General, you need it. Okay?
Okay.
No ifs, ands, or buts. You need it.
Okay.
All right. So get your mounted general sorted out, get him geared up, get him ready, get the march sorted out. You need it. All right. And you'll thank me for it later.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And
So,
do
yeah.
you, as far as the Civ gear goes, I've got the 2 chests now. What do you think are the 2 most important pieces of Civ gear for my mounted gen?
The helmet and the bracers.
Okay.
Mm. You'd want to look at the Plantagenet helmet, and I would say the bourbon braces.
Okay.
Okay, I would recommend those
All
two.
right.
Yep. So you can check them out.
And
Yeah.
do, do you like Polygenus, or do you think I have better options in my inventory?
He's good. He's good. But there are better generals, and
Okay.
you have.
And I
I think,
probably have them,
yeah, you
but
have.
I can't elevate them.
Yes. So you would need.
That's the
That's the thing.
problem,
So
is
you
I
need
got those
to.
copies.
Yeah, you need to be able to ascend them. Okay, for the least you can do, okay, is for example, use Washington Prime as your assistant. Okay,
Okay.
so you have Polygenus.
Instead of
Yes, instead of
uh
Jaeva.
and okay, good
Yeah.
to know.
All
And
right.
they work
So
together.
yes,
Polly and
I
Polly
believe
and
so. I believe so. You can check, but I believe they do.
okay.
Mm,
I'm not sure. Um okay.
yeah.
So get my mounted march up to snuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm. All right.
Yep.
So
Nope, they don't. They
okay.
don't work together.
Alternatively, you can use a different general. All right. If you get like someone like
True.
Marco Polo, for example, Marco Polo is very good general. He won't work with Polygenus, but he's very good and he pairs with Washington Prime. So if you wanted,
Okay.
yeah, you could just tell Polygenus good night, pick up
Well,
another
I just
general.
can't. I don't have copies of either one of those. Like, I got one copy of Marco Polo.
Here's the thing, okay? You don't need to ascend Polygenus for you to build up a good mounted march. Okay. There's a lot of stuff you can do. There's the gear, all right, the assistant that you pick, there's refines, all that kind of stuff. For as long as possible, you can put ascension and specialties on hold for a while. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do that. All right. Another thing, put
So
the
just
gear in the
hold him where he is what you're saying.
um
Um, hold him
develop.
here, and
Yeah, develop all the other stuff, the gear, the dragons, everything. Put ascension and specialties on hold as long as you can, just in case you can get better options.
okay.
All right. But the next thing I want us to talk about is regarding your duty generals. Okay.
Okay.
Now, for your duty generals, yeah, you really need to get them up. Okay.
Okay.
Your duty generals need to be minimum special. Okay. At best, super. All right.
Okay.
I think you had one super and then the rest were special and below.
I think that the reason, so this rally spot, I needed that march size, and so
Yeah.
that's why I focused on him.
Yeah.
But I'll strip somebody of their gear and I will get them all designated as super. Okay.
No. Okay.
Need super.
All right. So
Okay.
now another point. Okay. I would have, put a lot of emphasis on your duty generals because duty generals give a lot of in-city buffs. But again, because you're ghostable, a lot of those buffs don't really apply much to you. So for now, I would say just make sure that you get them to super as much or at least special, and that'll be
Okay.
okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. Now, similar situation for your subs.
Okay.
Because you don't do you defending is not a big part of your game right now. The subs are not all that important for you right now. I'm not talking about the sub cities themselves, whether they're blue or purple or whatnot. That's not a big priority. I'm talking of the generals.
Okay.
And for the generals that you have, okay, I'm only going to tell you this, with forward thinking. All right. So thinking forward, the rings that you have on most of the generals, you want the range debuff ring. Okay.
Okay.
You want more of the range debuff ring than the other ring. Okay. So
Okay.
that's what you should be leaning towards. Okay. So you have 10 subs. So if you have maybe 6 or 7 of the range debuff ring, then you have 3 of the other one or 4. That's okay. All right. But
I
you
think
want more.
I do think that that's about what it is. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe let's see. Um, I can't remember what this one was.
Okay, so this is the other one. So this is the one that should be the
Right.
more one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha. I think I
Mm.
did go more for the double buff than the ranged.
Yeah.
So maybe I can change that out. Okay.
Yeah.
So focus on ranged.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Exactly.
gotcha.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Again, forward thinking, right? Your sub generals, you're probably going to need to switch some of them out later.
Okay.
Okay. Like I said, not that important, not a priority for you right now, but it's something that you should keep in mind. Okay.
Okay.
Now, while we are on this topic, okay, it's something I really need to bring up because
Okay.
I've seen in many places now. The ascension, okay? I've seen you've done some ascension on your sub generals and you've done some ascension in your senate. And it's like a bit here, a bit there, all that kind of stuff. Okay.
Yes, that's what I've done.
Yeah. You need to focus your ascension on your PvP generals. Okay.
Okay.
Pure focus, like 95% of your ascension focus should be on your PvP generals. Okay.
Okay.
You shouldn't worry about the sub generals and the other stuff and the Senate and all this other stuff. They are not the primary focus for you right now. So
Okay.
you have Mina, for example. Maybe you probably want to be looking at getting a better general. In that case, you're going to want to ascend the general. All right. You've got, we're talking about Polygemus. We're talking about all your other generals. Those will be the focus of your ascension.
Okay.
All right. So everything or the majority of, like the blood of Aries that you get should be going to that. Okay. Once you have done those, or you have gotten them to a point where you can't proceed anymore, maybe because you don't have fragments or things like that, but you've saved up enough blood of Aries, then you can start doing ascension on the other generals. Okay. But again,
Okay.
that will depend on whether you're still playing the ghosting game or you're building out. And just a tip, if you're going to build out after your PvP generals, the next generals you want to work on are your duty generals.
Okay.
Okay. So you want to work on your duty generals, then your sub generals, and then finally Senate.
Okay. So duty, sub, then Senate.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Well, I think that what I did the trial of nights would come up and I wouldn't really have anybody. I wouldn't have fragments or I wouldn't have whatever. And so I'd be like, well, I've got copies of these subgens, and eventually they're going to need to be ascended. So I will ascend them for the Trial of Nights event.
Okay.
And so I think, I think that's part of it. It's part of
Mm.
the reason, but also I thought, well, the buffs are buffs. Like I will get these buffs, and these are, these are things I'm going to eventually need.
Yeah.
And, but as far as like, it's like watering a little bit over here, a little bit over there, but nothing's really getting enough water, So trying to spread it out, perhaps. I mean, is that significant to have that extra 10% all the way across the board? I don't know.
That one, that's
But
fine. Okay, upgrading the ideal land is fine. The stuff inside, not really something you should worry about. So, yeah,
yeah,
it's okay. It's okay. And yeah, I think for the most part, those are like the major things I wanted us to talk about. Definitely.
good
So,
advice. Okay,
yep.
thank
All
you.
right. So that's good. Hope what we went through was helpful.
It
Yeah.
was. I
So
feel like I've got a lot of work to do, and it's so funny because I thought, oh,
okay, all right.
he's just gonna like blow a bunch of sunshine and tell me how great I've done. No, I got a lot of work to do.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
Oh
Well,
man,
yeah, so like I said, hopefully the stuff we've talked about will help you, moving forward
it
and getting
will.
stronger and all that kind of
It
stuff. So,
absolutely will.
yeah, that I'm
And
happy to
then
hear.
and then when I start building my wall, I'm gonna reach out to you on your Discord and be like, okay, I need you to come back and tell me all those criticisms that you didn't tell me the first time so
All
I can
right,
get it
that's
right.
fine. That's fine. No problem. All right,
Oh, thank you
Robert.
so much, Aka. I
Yeah,
really appreciate the time you spent looking at everything. I
that's
do,
cool.
and I will do everything that you recommended.
That's cool. I'm happy to hear that. And thank you very much for being on with us today.
Of course. Thank you so much.
All right.